Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Tony'sPicks.com. I'm Tony T. It's time for our NBA Rundown. Of course, we got Joseph Schultz here for the NBA Rundown. All 7 games on this card. Joseph is the top unit producer over at Tony'sPicks.com for 2023 and 2024. Let's bring him in right now. Ready to roll here with NBA coverage. Joseph, how's it going?
It's going well, Tony. Just a lot going on with the tournament, baseball around the corner, and of course the NBA.
Yep, lots happening right now. An exciting time in sports, and we got the NBA Rundown with you. 7 games here from Joseph, so we'll get underway here with the rundown. We begin here with the Kings and Wizards. The Kings road favorites 11. Total sits here 237.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of big favorites, and those big favorites covering for the most part. We have more and more tanking teams, it seems, each season. And I wish the NBA would do something about that. So once again here, we have a team trying to improve their playoff seeding versus a team trying to improve their draft lottery odds. Washington will be without Bilal Coulibaly, Tyus Jones, Isaiah Livers, Marvin Bagley, and Landry Shamet. Rashawn Holmes is questionable. Kyle Kuzma isn't on the injury report, so he should play. Most of these guys could probably play if the Wizards, but the Wizards aren't interested in winning. They're 0-5 straight up and against the spread in their last 5 games. The Kings are 6 in the West, which is the first non-play-in spot, but only by half a game over Dallas and 1 game over the Suns. So every win is crucial for them. They will be at a big rest disadvantage. Second night of a back-to-back, third game in 4 nights, fourth game in 6 nights. But I'm not going to try to catch a falling knife with the Wizards. You either lay the 10.5 or 11 now that it's up to 11. You either lay that with the Kings or you stay off this game.
All right, Joseph, let's find the screenplays over at Tony'sPicks.com. Kings and Wizards. The Kings here at minus 11. You know, I'm noticing here with some of these tanking teams, even when their starters are healthy, they limit their minutes. So keep an eye on their rotations.
Right.
Yeah. Why play them in the mid-30s? Play them in the 20s. You're going to start seeing that now.
I heard a good idea a couple of years back. Something like they should reward, for the top 10 picks, the 10th best record should get the first overall pick, and just do it, in order like that.
Yeah. They've got to come up with something here. I mean, for me, I'm just saying, just put everyone's ping pong balls, and if the champion gets number 1, they get number 1. I'd rather have the best player go to the best team. It's better for the league. These good players going to bad franchises. They have relegation in soccer. This is like relegation in the NBA. Yep. If you suck, too bad. Everyone's got an equal chance. We're going to put 32 ping pong balls in there. Whoever gets it, gets it. We're not going to play this tanking game. Because
anything's better than what we have right now.
The league is better off when the best players go to the best teams. That's really at the best franchises. That's how it is. You're taking the best players and putting them in crappy teams. I mean that's in my opinion, that's ridiculous. That's like in any other business. You got a failing business. Okay, let's take our best person and put them over there. Why? They're going to probably get buried over there. Location is everything, right? That's what they say in business. Location is everything. So it doesn't make it sense. It's just, again, like I said, just put the 32 ping pong balls where they land, they land. That's just make it a non-issue. That's how I look at it. Because the NBA is better off if they go to the better teams. They are much better off, trust me. All right, Kings here. We'll get up the soapbox. We'll continue here on this NBA rundown. Yeah, it's the best time to talk about it this time of the season, to be honest with you, because we won't be talking about this stuff during the playoffs. All right, let's continue here on the NBA rundown. We got the Kings here, minus 11, guys. Click the link in the description to get to Joseph's page and get his best bets here for the action on Thursday. All right, let's continue here on our NBA rundown. Next up will be Pelicans and Magic here. Pretty good one here. Pelicans 2 on the road. Total sits 208.5.
These teams are similar too. These teams have a lot in common. Both of these teams are relatively healthy. Both of these teams are just a half a game back of the 4th seed in their respective conference, which would give them home court advantage at least in the first round. Both of these teams are playing well. Magic are 8-2 against the spread in their last 10, 4-0 against the spread and straight up in their last 4 games. The Pelicans are 7-2-1 against the spread in their last 10 games. The difference is that Orlando has done its damage against bad teams. This latest 4-game winning streak was against the Hornets, the Nets, and the Raptors twice. The Magic went on a nice little run a few weeks back, and it was very similar to this little streak. A bunch of wins against a bunch of bad teams. Now, don't get me wrong. I do like the Magic. I like their players. I like their coach. They're just not quite on the level of the Pelicans. I'm leaning to the Pelicans. I am a little worried about this being the front end of a back-to-back with Miami up next for the Pelicans, but the Magic are the best team against the spread in the league. They're a good team, so I don't think they'll be overlooked by the Pelicans. It is a close call, but I lean towards New Orleans, especially only having to lay one possession.
All right, Joseph, let's get his bets over at TonySpace.com. Pelicans and Magic. It says Pelicans laying the 2. Yeah, I see the teams very similar defensively. I just give the edge offensively to New Orleans.
Yeah, right. Right.
All right, let's continue here on our NBA rundown. Guys, be sure to click that link in the description. You'll find Joseph's best bets there. Remember the promo code TonyT at checkout. You'll save that 20% off. All right, let's continue here on our NBA rundown. Next game here up on the board will be Nets and the Bucks. We see the Bucks here laying 9, the total 222.5.
The Bucks will be on the second night of a back-to-back, but it won't be a third game and 4-night situation. They had a couple days off before this back-to-back. Chris Middleton looked good last night against the Celtics, but he's not playing back-to-back, so we know that he'll be out. Giannis didn't travel with the team to Boston, but seeing as this game is in Milwaukee, I think he's going to play in this game. I think they probably just held him out, maybe more so for rest. Well, I guess we'll find out. If you like Milwaukee, I will say I think you should go ahead and grab them right now, because if Giannis is in, this line is going to go up, of course. This is a big number to lay with the team on a back-to-back, but Brooklyn is on the brink of giving up completely on the season. They've lost their last 4 games and failed to cover in any of them. They had a 4-game road trip, went home for 1 game, and now they'll be back on the road for 4 games. So they're also in a bad travel spot. Not necessarily a travel spot, but just a bad spot on the road. They'll be without Dorian Finney-Smith, and Nick Claxton is questionable. And that's really big for a team that lacks depth and size in the front court. If Giannis plays, he should get whatever he wants here. I think the Bucks are the right side. If Giannis is in, I think they win this game by double digits.
All right, Joseph, let's get his screenplays over at TonySpace.com. Top heater producer the past 2 years. Nets and Bucks. Likes the Bucks here, laying the 9. All right, let's continue here on our NBA rundown here for the card here on Thursday. Next game up will be Bulls and Rockets. Rockets now up to 3.5. Total sits at 217.
Yeah, you were saying about the Rockets that a week ago they thought you were crazy to think that they could possibly catch the Lakers or the Warriors for that final play-in, but it doesn't seem so crazy anymore. But this one is easy for me. Houston is balling right now. They're 8-1 straight up in their last 9, 9-1 against the spread in their last 10. It's weird because not too long ago we heard rumors of Jalen Green possibly wanting out. Then Sengun went down with an injury, and all they've done since then is win. They're 4-0 since Sengun got injured, and they have a real, like we said, have a real chance of catching the Warriors for that final play-in spot. And Jalen Green has been great. He's averaging 19 points per game for the season, but he's been routinely getting 30-plus points per game. He just had 42 points, 10 rebounds in his last game. Caruso will be questionable, and the Bulls will be getting Kobe White back, so that helps for them. Chicago is just inconsistent. They haven't covered in consecutive games in over 10 games. The Rockets are just too hot to fade. I'll lay the one possession with the Rockets gladly.
All right, Joseph Schultz, find his best bets over at TonySpicks.com. This team has a heartbeat here. Rockets and Bulls. There's the Rockets here laying the 3.5. All right, guys, look for Joseph's best bets right now by clicking the link in the description. It'll take you right to his handicapper page where you can purchase his premium plays here. Long-term passes also available. You see the promo code TonyT at checkout. You'll save that 20% off. Let's continue here on our NBA rundown. Next game up will be the Jazz and the Mavericks. The Mavericks laying a bundle here, 13.5. We see the total coming in at 238.5.
So this will be the third game in 4 nights, fifth game in 7 nights for the Jazz. So Dallas will have the rest advantage. They'll also have revenge motivation. They got smoked by Utah back on New Year's Day, 127-90. Dallas is laying a big number, but they're 6-1 straight up and against the spread in their last 7 games. Utah is just 2-8 straight up and 4-6 against the spread in their last 10 games. The Mavs are the better team in the better situation, especially if Markkanen and Jordan Clarkson don't end up playing. As long as everyone plays for Dallas, the spot favors them. I wouldn't be surprised if the Mavericks won this game by 20-plus points. So the Mavs are nothing in right here for me.
All right, Joseph Schultz, find his premium plays at TonySpicks.com. Jazz and Mavericks. It'll be the Mavericks here laying the 13.5. All right, let's continue on here on our NBA rundown here for the games on a Thursday. Next up will be good one here. Knicks at the Nuggets. The Nuggets here home laying 9, total 209.
This one's really hard for me, not because I'm a Knicks fan, just because it really is hard to handicap this one with so many players out for the Knicks, and I think Joker's going to do real damage because Hartenstein is, I believe he's hobbled and he's not 100%. He doesn't really have the size, so they have the young guy off the bench, but and then you're losing offense if they put him in. So the Knicks will be playing their 4th game of a West Coast trip. They've won the first 3 games on this trip, but they will be without OG Anunoby. One of the most important players, can guard any position. Maybe not in a game like this with Joker, but in most games, 1 through 5. And the Knicks are a different team when he plays. The Nuggets, they have been good as well. They're 8-2 against the spread in their last 10 games. But they seem to be on the verge of dropping a game or two. They let the Raptors jump on them at home and had to come back from a 20-point deficit to get that win. They just let Minnesota back from an 18-point deficit and ended up winning that game by just 3. If the Knicks had Anunoby for this game, I'd probably really like them in this spot. But I still think they can keep it close. I don't think they're going to have enough of their pieces to get an outright win, but I do lean towards the Knicks with the points. It's close, though. It's really close. I think I'll be just watching this, put it that way.
All right, Joseph Schultz, you'll find his best bets at TonySpicks.com. Find the link in the description. Knicks and Nuggets. He likes the Knicks here at +9. All right, let's continue here on our NBA rundown. We'll get you coverage on all 7 games on this card. Next up will be, to close it out, Hawks and the Suns. The Suns 9.5. We see the total coming at 226.5.
So the Suns will be on the second night of a back-to-back. They're just 5-5 straight up in their last 10. They did play some really good teams. They played Boston twice. They played Milwaukee. That's 3 of the 5 losses there. So they're not, they're not collapsing, but they're also, they're not setting the world on fire either. They're just 2-8 against the spread in those games. The Hawks have dominated the games between these two teams. They're 4-0 straight up and against the spread in their last 4 games against the Suns. The Hawks will be without Jalen Johnson. a very good young player, big piece to their rotation. And they'll be playing the 5th game of a 5-game West Coast trip. They're 1-4 straight up and against the spread in their last 5 games. I think Phoenix probably gets the outright win, but 9.5 is a bit hefty. So I'm gonna be honest. I don't think I'll bet this game. It's too close for me. I might use the Suns in a money line parlay piece, but that's about it. If I had to bet this game, though, I would probably lay the points with the home team that has 3-star players. But I have little confidence against the spread in this game.
All right, Joseph Schultz, find his premium plays at TonySpace.com. Hawks and Suns, being here on the Suns here, laying the 9.5. All right, we got through our rundown here from the NBA, the 7-game card. Now it's time to turn our attention over to TonySpace.com here for the card here on Thursday. 7 on the board, NBA college hoops, 16-game card, NCAA tournament first round. We got through the playing rounds. Now here we go with the 16 games as well. We can see, Joseph, outstanding results here. The past 2 years, we've combined these numbers, 5,579 units of profit, going on almost 15 months now for 2023 and 2024 combined. What do you have going over at the site?
I've already got NBA picks up, at least 2. I forget if I have that 3rd one in, but actually, yeah, I think I do. I have the NBA 3-pack up already, and there will be a NCAA basketball 3-pack as well. And, as always, for those of you that want to wager for the long term, which is, I suggest doing that, getting together a bankroll, using bankroll management. I don't know what all the other professionals do, but I do 1 unit as about 5% of your bankroll. That gives you 20 bets before you would, end up running out of your entire bankroll if you lost all of them. And over the course of 20 bets, any handicapper worth anything isn't going to run out of your money. And even if they don't start off really hot, you'll have enough to where you'll eventually have enough of a sample size where you will be profitable. I see a lot of people buying a daily pass and then they don't get it for a couple days and then they'll come back, and that's fine. But when you do something like that, you're more liable to fall victim to variance. If you get a long-term pass, and even if it's $40, $50 on each pick, but you have it for a month or even for a year, that's where I can guarantee profitability. On one day, I know Tony is great, and he guarantees profit as far as if you don't make money, he will give you your money back that you can make. You can use for more packages. But as far as making actual profit, the long-term passes will suit you best.
Exactly right, guys. Get aboard with Joe Schultz over at TonySpace.com. Long-term pass will serve you well. That 1-month pass is a great value right now. Covers the entire NCAA tournament. NBA into the play-in round as well. We're talking postseason now with these long-term passes. Also 3 weeks of baseball. So with all these sports overlapping, no better time to get the long-term pass, get the 1-month pass. If you want to try out Joseph for 7 days, that will cover NBA 7 days. And of course, that'll take you down through the Sweet 16 until we get to we whittle this tournament down to 16 teams. So you make the choice. Get on board with a long-term pass. That's your best value. We're also going to save you money here when you use this promo code TonyT at checkout. You can access Joseph's page. We have the link directly to his page in the description. So that'll take you right to that page that I just showed you. This page right here will take you, make the purchase, point of purchase right there, and use that promo code to save that 20% off. All right, Joseph, as always, great having you show. Continue that great success, and we'll catch up with you again for tomorrow's games.
All right, thank you, and good luck to everybody.
Yeah, for Joseph, I'm Tony T. We'll talk to you guys later.